or waxing, people connect. And my work is, even though I do services and I have products and things like that, it is very personal. I am touching a client's face. I am in close proximity to that client, and it's woman to woman. And naturally, that dynamic opens up. Your heart is overflowing at times, and you need to express that. And it's a safe, quiet, private environment. And so, like I said, sometimes it happens organically. And sometimes, someone will share something that they're going through, and you can see it on their face. You can see it in the furrow over their brow, or how their posture, or you can just see the tension on their face. And when you address those other issues in life, your whole demeanor changes, your posture changes, your face changes. And again, all of that affects how you are when you look in the mirror, how you present yourself to the world, and that is part of your beauty. So, all of that being said, it's really important for me to work with women of all ages, all backgrounds, all aspects of life. I do a lot of charity work. I try to reach out to local organizations as well as individuals. If I know that someone has a job interview, for example, and they're really struggling, maybe they don't have the funds or access, maybe they're very limited on their wardrobe. Well, I can't supply them a wardrobe, but I can help them, give them a polished look for their interview. And it truly, truly makes a difference. And, like I said, I'm not a hairstylist, but I know enough. I've been in the industry for over 17 years, and I know enough to make some changes here and there to change the overall image of that person, how they come across. With accessories or simple techniques to really make a difference. And I offer that through my makeup ministry, and put together collections for people who maybe don't have the access or the funds to be able to get their own products themselves. So I reach out in all different ways. I also offer classes and workshops so that people can get together in groups and make it a more fun experience. I do mother and daughter sessions, both individually, a mother and daughter, as well as in a group setting. So I have lots of different ways that I reach out to women, both virtually and in person. I also do video conferences, FaceTime, email sessions, phone sessions, any way that I can reach out and help another woman anywhere in the country, I will do it. It's really important for me to make sure that they get proper knowledge, experienced, expertise in that area, which is skincare and makeup and, all of the things that I do, rather than floundering on social media or Googling, site after site, and truly not knowing what the real information is, what is the information that they can utilize at home on their own. Sometimes it becomes the same equivalent of going to the salon. You can go to the salon and spend a lot of money, and you look fantastic when you leave. And guess what? When you go home the next day and you try to replicate it, you can't. And so it's important for me and my clients to make sure that my clients are all equipped with the knowledge and the skills, and I'm always there. It's not like you paid for your appointment and you don't hear from me again. I always check back, or I always make sure that clients can come to me if they have any questions or they need a reminder. And I always make sure, if they go home with samples and things like that, that they have all the information they need so they can refer back to it. Another thing I wanted to mention is my style when it comes to clients. Now, there are some makeup artists that will do the same look on every single client, and I've noticed this. I've noticed it on social media, Instagram especially. And when I look at their before and afters for clients, I'll look at one and I'll say, she looks fantastic, great. And then I'll look at their other photos. and I'll see a before and after, and I'll see, I think those are the same false eyelashes that I've seen before. Yes. I see the same foundation that I've seen before. All of these women seem to have the same exact skin color. That's pretty hard to do unless you're using the same foundation on every single person. And I'll go back and I'll compare. It's the same bronzer on every person. It's the same minimalistic eyeshadow, the same dark winged liner or jet black liner, and the same false eyelashes. Or I'll see the same color lipstick on every single client, or the same eye design on the eye. For example, a smoky eye on every single client, or a gold eyeshadow with a dark black crease, a cut crease on every single client. Basically, they've perfected one look and they use it on everyone. Hairstylists are like that as well. They've perfected one cut and that is their cut. And they may be charging $500 for this cut, but they're doing it on every single person. Now, is it bad that they've perfected one specific skill set or look, or, their trademark or signature look? No, that's fantastic. But we are not all the same person. We are not all the same face shape. We are not all the same eye shape. We are not all the same skin type or skin condition. We don't all have the same hair coloring, skin coloring, eye coloring. So it is impossible to give someone identical look as someone else. Now, if I have my twin, for example, I have someone else standing right here that looks exactly like me, but the difference is she has deep set eyes. Well, can I use the same colors that I used on me? Sure. But my technique on her eyes is going to be different because her eye shape is different. My twin, my clone, for example, has green eyes instead of brown eyes. My eyes are so dark they're almost black. And my clone has green eyes. What would I do for her face shape and coloring and all of that would be different from mine? Well, I would probably choose some different colors that would bring out her eyes. And maybe I would use a different color scheme for my own face. So it's important to realize that if someone is doing the same look on every single person, and most people don't realize that because they're not looking back at someone's portfolio, or they're not noticing that this person has one perfected look and they're just using it on everyone. But because I'm in this industry and because I deal with so many salons and spas and makeup artists, I can see the difference. So that being said, that's not what I do. When I look at someone's face, it doesn't matter in which capacity I'm meeting them. I'm already thinking about how I would maybe make some changes, how I would improve. If she really lightened her hair and used a warmer blush and really, worked on her eyes, she would look just amazing. She looked great now, but she could look really just hit it out of the park. So when I look at someone, I see their beauty, I see their positive attributes, I see their negative attributes as well. And I immediately think about ways that I could make improvements and what colors I would choose and how I would give them an eye design, how I would contour their cheeks, what color highlight would I use, what color blush would I use, do they have any skin condition issues that I would have to cover up? Do they have rosacea? Do they have any breakouts? Do they have hyperpigmentation? That sort of thing. So I'm looking at all of that, and some of that is going to alter what my approach is, the products and formulations that I'm going to choose, the techniques to define the eye or define the cheeks or define the lips. All of that is what I take into consideration. And from one client to the next, they should not look the same. I don't, even if I'm, for example, I have a mother and a daughter and they want their makeup done. The 10-year-old girl can have the same color scheme as her mother, because she shares the same coloring and, you know, skin tone and hair color and eye color and all that. But the design of her eyes, the intensity that I would use for a young girl is going to be different than I would use for someone maybe in her 40s. If you're never a client of mine, you never come in for makeup, if you never order anything, that's okay. But if you offer your support to me by watching my videos or sharing my posts and all of that, you are my people. You are my client. You are you're a friend. You are someone that is valuable to me. If we can all as women add value to someone else, and lift someone else up, whichever way it is, if it's a like on my video or a share or a referral or you know, being one of my clients, you know, in the office, all of that is support and all of that lifts up another person. And it's my goal to do what I can to lift up any woman, from young girls all the way up to, you know, women in their 80s, 90s, and help them in any way I can, whether it's my knowledge, skill set, or just me listening and talking with you and sharing some ideas and inspirations with you. So I've rambled long enough. I think I'll probably have to split this video up into two. I hope if you're already here and you're listening to this, then you've watched probably part one. I hope that I've expressed myself as clearly as possible, even despite the rambling. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows where I'm coming from, what my personal style is, what my belief system is. A lot of times women will think it's all or nothing. Either I have to spend a fortune and I have to go the extreme of significant skincare procedures and tons of products and things like that, or I'm not going to do anything at all and I'm a natural beauty and I'm good. I'm fine the way I am. And that's not true. There's many, many degrees in between. And I just want to make sure that each of you finds the best version of yourself in whatever stage you are in life. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.